Ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen and ladies and gents, wanted to take a little bit of time to speak with all of you for a moment. I'm going to be looking up something right now because this is for my own personal research. From time to time I'll do things like this. We're going to open a new tab, and what we're just simply going to do is we're going to type in first full moon, April 2019. So we want to know what's the first full moon, the date of the first full moon, April 2019. Now, I didn't ask for May, I said April. So Friday, April 19th, today is the first full moon of the Jewish calendar. I've had people argue with me and tell me that, oh no, y'all got it wrong. Jesus, that's not the day he died. He died on such and such day. Ladies and gentlemen, he died in the month of Nisan, which equates between March and April, because they had 30 days in their months and they had 13 months in their calendar year. It's not always on the same day, but it is the first full moon. He died on a full moon. Nisan happens on a full moon. When they left Egypt, they were under moonlight. They didn't need torches to walk. Ladies and gentlemen, I know some of you didn't even think about that. It is the Passover. It comes from the Passover in Moses' day. And Jesus, being the sacrificial lamb, had to die on the day that the lamb was sacrificed, the Passover. That's why he was so interested in having that Passover with his disciples. Well, this is the only day of the year that I celebrate. Okay, and I'm having to take the time today because I'm a little distracted. God, just something about today just was off. And so I've actually been relaxing the last couple of hours, and I really have been relaxing. Haven't been able to do that. I fell asleep 3 times already in the last 2 hours. Yes, 2 hours to be exact. I've fallen asleep. No, actually 3 hours, because it was around 2:30 that I started falling asleep. So in the last 3 hours, I've fallen asleep at least 3 times, and woke up not realizing, wait, how much time went by, because I took some sleeping pills in the middle of the day because I just needed to relax. You know how it is? Just to relax. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a problem. Not with SAA. As we said to everybody, SATCOM and SAA, their accounts are tied into each other, one way or the other. And so what is not happening, okay, what is not happening, pay attention, I'll say it again, what is not happening is we're not gonna just patch something up to make up and correct this and correct that. Everything will be online when it's online. We're not gonna rush it. We're gonna follow the rules, follow the law, and we're not gonna panic. You see, that's what PayPal did. PayPal does this to other companies, and so they also can file paperwork on the back end because of the Patriot Act and interfere with companies getting access to this or access to that. That's why PayPal does it for 160 days, because during those 160 days you won't be able to help your clients, and they'll all be asking for this and asking for that, and so PayPal can say this is the reason, that's the reason. PayPal is my #1 best friend now. I'm gonna make them my PayPal and I got some things we gotta discuss, okay, and I promise you we're gonna be discussing them in arbitration. Yeah, well, they entered into an arbitration agreement. Ladies and gentlemen, we have at least 2 clients through SAA who have said that somewhere on the site we are offering 5 arbitrations for $500. 5 arbitrations for $500. So let's take a look. Let's see that. Now, wait, hold on. Standard? So it's got to be the standard, because anything over that would be more. Now it says $100 per hour. minimum of 2 hours. And then it says plus administrative fee, plus technician fee, plus $45 archiving and mailing of documents fee. Whew. And you guys have no idea how many mailings have been done over the past week. We have over 300 items that have been mailed out since Friday of last week. And we won't even begin to tell you the problems we had with the United States Postal Service. All of our mail goes through the Postal Service. We, for the sake of transparency, we don't put money in the hands of individuals. We do everything through accounts so that there's always an accurate accounting. The Postal Service keeps the accounting of all the mails and everything goes through their system. Well, they were having a glitch in their system that prevented us from mailing out any documents. No, we couldn't just walk into the post office and say, here, mail these out. Here's $5. You know, it doesn't work that way. There is a process because everything has to be documented. Well, that problem didn't get taken care of until Tuesday of this week. I have personally, the 29th, which was a Friday, spent 7 hours on the phone with the post office, their so-called technical support division, back and forth calling each other, them calling me, and then me calling back, having to be put through the queue, it was something I didn't have time to do, but I had no other choice because it affected people getting their mail. What I'm trying to tell you on this day is it has been stressing me out. A lot of companies won't even tell you all the details of everything that's going on in the background, but I'm going to tell you. I'm going to let you know. Why? Because it's better you know than you don't know. There's no reason for us to lie about anything. But this is what's been going on. And these are things that are outside of our control. Because they're outside of our control, what's a man to do? What's a company to do? I cannot stress to you the amount of stress I've been under and the members of SAA have been under. They have really been trying to figure it out, and I won't let them go forward, ladies and gentlemen. I won't let them just get something done just to be getting it done, just to be able to say they got it done. No, it has to be done the right way, and we are really trying to do things the right way. So we got our mail situation taken care of. The company whom we're using for our merchant services has requested certain documents. I'm told that as of today, and there were about 15 different documents that had to be, well, documents. When I say documents, these are not documents that we filled out. These are documents that they are requesting that we have to get from several agencies and government agencies that we are affiliated with. So we had to get that. We got that, y'all. Okay, we got it. The only problem is now we have to wait for them to send it to their underwriters. That's all we're waiting on right now. It's just the underwriters. The overriders, underwriters, we're just waiting for them. So see, I want to be able to say, like my girl Toni Braxton, that I can breathe again, but no, I can't. I want to be able to say like Whitney Houston, oh, I can finally exhale. No, I can't, because after this, there'll be another issue. And guess what? As I told the members of SAA and SATCOM, we will weather any storm they throw at us. Do you know why we're going to weather any storm? Because, ladies and gentlemen, if we weren't doing something so, pay attention, if we weren't doing something so important and detrimental at the same time, there is absolutely no way this could have worked out. And I do believe, and I tell you for a certainty, it's working out. And I like it. I like the fact that they are focusing on us so heavily. Okay? Now look, we have individuals who have signed on to the SAT packs, and at the most they paid $980. Now I'm talking about the original SAT packs, not talking about the SAT pack 2X, because you guys just got started in November or right around that time. So, and we've stopped each of the programs. Why? not because of what PayPal did. We stopped the programs because, as we explained to you all, we are trying to secure the value on top of the value, because we've already secured the value for the other sat packs. And so, as we mentioned to you all, we're doing the same thing that the banks and everybody else does. We're following the same procedures. Okay, we're not going to do anything wrong. We're going to follow the law, and we are creating. Well, we've already created it. We didn't have to do it anymore. We've already created the value for the sat packs. They had no value before. They weren't worth anything before. So we took acquired assets, and we're now backing them with our own assets. Sorry, we can't explain to you how we're doing all of this. That's none of your... I'm sorry. That's not what we're required to do. We never agreed to do that, so it's not going to happen. I know it sounds like it should happen, but Charlie, sorry, Starkist doesn't like tuna anymore. It's not going to happen. There are a lot of people out there. If you guys have an idea, but you have no idea how many people out there are trying to duplicate what we're doing. They're trying to take half of what we're doing, and they're trying to recreate it because they think they can do the same thing we're doing. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll tell you the same thing I told the members of SATCOM. I told them this at the very beginning. You will go out there, I said, go ahead, any one of you, take the information that you have right now and go try to do the same thing. Go try to duplicate it. And you know what they said? We can't. Why not? Because there's too many pieces to it. Exactly. This ain't simple, people. Okay? I got everybody else trying to tell me the way things should be. They want to add all kind of other stuff to the process. Ladies and gentlemen, ain't nothing being added to the process, because the process was always, we were not trying to free anybody from the system. We were trying to get you access to your securities. Read the contract. Read the affidavit, your affidavit, known as the power of attorney. That's all you were trying to do, is get control of your securities. Well, doesn't that mean we get it? I don't care what it means. They don't care what it means. My grandmama doesn't care what it means. It don't matter what you think it means. It don't matter what I think it means. You know what matters? Ladies and gentlemen, what matters is we're going to create the value. And let's go to SATCOM for a moment. Look at that. Program's already here. Well, it's got to load up because I just started this browser. Come on, programs. Hurry up, programs. See, program wants to take his time. Ladies and gentlemen, if you would have taken a look at the information regarding the SAT Pack 1, SAT Pack 2, you would have seen that we added it to the same program like the Q Pack. The only thing about the SAT Pack is it had this information as of November 15th. All of those members were added into the fund, and that they are guaranteed after a total of 4 years of it. I believe it was $6,800 based on the terms and conditions, but they were guaranteed that. That was not promised to them at first. Nobody gave them the promise that that was going to be the case at first, but it is the case now because we added that. Now, like I told you, all they initially paid at the most, let's even add in the SAT Pack 2X, at the most was a little over $1,900, and they're guaranteed to get back over $7,800. Well, no, I'm sorry, SAT Pack 1ers $7,800. Whew, whew, gotta get that cleared up. And the original SAT Pack 1ers, do you know what they originally paid? $260. That was the original SAT Packers who first came in. So, ladies and gentlemen, nobody is trying to take advantage of anyone. I told everybody from day one that I'm one of Jehovah's Witnesses. I don't care how you feel about Jehovah's Witnesses. My grandmother doesn't care how you feel about Jehovah's Witnesses. But I will tell you one thing I know about Jehovah's Witnesses, and I've known them all of my life. Some of the most honest people, especially when you bring the name Jehovah up in their face, some of the most honest people on this planet. I got some people trying to use this God thing and love thing and all this so-called religious language. Ladies and gentlemen, that junk doesn't work with me. And that's right, I said junk. Those are just words. Like the Matrix. Love is just a word. He was an idiot. Love is more than a word. Ask a person who is God. God is love. That's who he is. So love is more than a word. Okay? Everybody else on this planet has a misunderstanding of what love is. They think love is an emotion. They think love is a feeling. They think love is an experience. They think love is something you commit with another person in a sexual way. Ladies and gentlemen, that ain't love. 1 John 4:8 tells you what love is. If you haven't come to love, you haven't come to know God, because God is love. God is love. It's just that simple. That's who he is. So the next time you say, I love you, think about what you're saying. Okay, I digress. The reason why I mention so much today is because while I should be focusing on something else, my mind has been on you guys all day. Because there's some people out there insinuating, not making a claim, because nobody can say anybody's gotten over, because everybody's gotten something. But we're getting a lot of complaints from people. A lot of complaints from people as if we haven't done what we said we were going to do. So we go back and we look at the file. Wait, what are you talking about? We did exactly what we said we were going to do. You got this, you got that, you got this, you got that. And we did this for you, and we added that, and we added that. What are you talking about? That's what we're having to say to them. Or the people who thought they were getting 4 free arbitrations. Ladies and gentlemen, I promise you, for the last 3 days, we've been looking for receipts. 7 different staff members looking for files, going through emails, looking for receipts, some type of communication. We're trying to prove that the individual did pay. We're not trying to prove they didn't. If we were trying to prove they didn't, we just would have said, no, you need to send us a copy of the receipts. And then we just would have went and compared it. But, we went through our files because, hey, we want to make sure that we're keeping accurate records. That's our job. Only to find out we've been keeping accurate records. So at that point, we don't do like other companies. Send us a copy of the receipt. That's what other companies do. Ladies and gentlemen, we said, no, we're going to check our records. And we checked our records. Didn't exist. So what do? We contacted the individual and say, hey, you need to send us a copy because we're not able to find the other receipts. We only found 1 receipt. And the people are telling us now, well, because it was only 1 receipt. We're paying for 5 arbitrations. Excuse me? 5 arbitrations? No, we can't do that. I had to. This person was saying that they were waiting on the other arbitration to get done, and we're like, but there is no arbitration that needs to be done. I mean, we had some delays. There were some delays because of the arbitrator. The arbitrator gets to postpone the hearings, but we had other delays, but it had nothing to do with the individual who received the award. She was expecting another award that wasn't coming, and a gentleman was expecting another award that wasn't ever coming, because the arbitrators can only operate once they receive the receipt. The file has to be complete before the arbitrator can even sit up there and hold the arbitration. If the notices haven't been sent out, okay, let me tell you guys something. There are some people out there who are concerned that their contracts have not been sent out. Let me explain what happens to each one of your files at the very beginning. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, what we worked out, because this was the plan, when your arbitrations are sent out, they're sent out on CD. They're not sent out in paper form. They're sent out in electronic form. We purchase the CDs and we put the files on the CD and we send it to all of the respondents. You don't get a copy of the CD, and the reason why you don't is because you sent it to us in the first place. Okay, so there's no reason for us to send you a CD and pay for the extra costs. Okay, now, by sending it to them on CD, the contract, guess what? Even if, let's say, the arbitrator makes a mistake in the notification, let's say a document failed to be sent out, or let's say you didn't initially notify the client of the contract, and you didn't mark the application. Let's go back to SAA for a second, because this is what's not happening and it's causing a lot of problems. So I think in the future we'll create a general form for everybody. But it says right here, if you require serving of parties, you must request such on the application under other, along with a separate letter asking for this cost included service. We were doing it as a favor for people. People haven't been including that letter. It's okay. We had to go back and look at all of the applications. That's been the other problem. So we had to go back and look at all of the other applications in order to find out who was who. That's why you have over 300 letters being mailed out. So we are seeing where the glitches are. Look, ladies and gentlemen, nobody starts a company that fast. Normally it takes about 2 years for a company to get up and running, but SAA was started only because of you guys. SAA was started because we knew that they were getting ready to change the law, or try to change the law. If you do the math, they can't change the law, because in order for them to stop you from having contracts with government, they'd be interfering with your right to contract and government's right to contract. They can't do that. That's unconstitutional. But we knew that there were going to be some changes, but we also knew that we needed to be grandfathered in. So that's what we told everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, many of you are wondering what to do. Okay, now is the time for the research to be done. Well, what type of research do you need to do? Well, here's the largest bit of research you need to do. Don't worry about so much getting your award confirmed. Pay attention to what I'm saying right now. Pay attention to my words. Worry about giving a notice of debt. After you get your award, let them know that this is your debt. You owe this debt. You have 30 days in which to pay the debt. Give them a bill, people. I did say that I will put a bill out there so that you guys will have a copy of a bill. So just be patient with me. Be patient with me, people. I am going to try to get that up for you. I've already got them complete, but it's just too much going on. You send them a bill. Why? Because you go through the same old debt collection process that they go through with you. That's all you have to do, ladies and gentlemen. Put them through the same process. So when you do go to court to get your award confirmed, you do it the same way the debt collector goes to get their debt taken care of. Now you got your 30-day notice where they didn't pay, and now you got your default notice that they didn't pay. Then you got your original notices and the contract and the failure to, and you got your proof of services, and you go into court with all that evidence, the same as they do with you. That's how you get your award confirmed, people. But I can't tell you how to do everything. That's not what I do. I'm not here to tell you how to do everything, and many of you guys are expecting me to hold your hand and walk you through the whole process. That's not going to happen. That's not what these videos are for. Okay, it's not my job to tell you everything every step of the way. Everybody wants closure. They want the end to the process. Well, let me give you the beginning of the process. They did all of these contracts with you and you didn't see it. So what we did is we said, hold on, wait a minute, they do unilateral contracts, so why don't we do unilateral contracts? Well, we were doing unilateral contracts, but the only thing about it, our unilateral contracts had no teeth. They were just sitting up there gumming it. You know, you can't do much with gumming. Ain't nobody chewing on no jawbreakers with no gums, okay? Just ain't happening. And so that's what people were doing. They were gumming it because their junk had no teeth. So let's add some junk with teeth. Well, we took our junk and we added an arbitration clause. Supreme Court says arbitration clause ain't junk. United States Congress says arbitration clause ain't junk. Well, I looked up the Starks case, and the Stark case, I don't give a what you did. Nobody asked you to look up no Starks case. If you had done the stupid research, you ignorant mother... I'm sorry. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. Not on today. Not on this day. Jesus, my brother. On this day, this is his. So let me correct that and apologize to you all for that. But that's how I feel, because there are a lot of people out there trying to throw salt in the middle of the ocean. Now, if you don't understand what that means, ladies and gentlemen, the ocean don't need no more salt. So there are a lot of people out there doing needless things. Talking about, well, I looked up the Stark case and I can't find it no place. Really? Well, the case is readily found. Oh no, I found out that this was going on in his case, and this was filed, and this is filed, so you did find the case. No, I didn't find the stuff that Congress said. You know the reason why you didn't find what Congress signed? Because it was a private law, you ignorant mother... I'm sorry. Private laws are not placed on the public record, people. Yes, if it is on the public record, it's because Congress allowed it to be on the public record. But a private law is not a public law. But it's Congress, they have to... No, they don't. Congress can order anything to be non-public. That's their job. They'll say because of public policy, public interest. That's the first thing. The second thing is, you're not taking into consideration these very same documents were filed into the court case. Okay. You'll see them referenced by the court. You'll see them referenced by the judge. You'll see the judge talk about the arbitration award. See, what these guys did is, after the judge construed their arbitration confirmation request as a habeas corpus, which they couldn't do. The law didn't allow them to do that. The Federal Arbitration Act says they can't do that. The Supreme Court says must take the act as written, not the act as they want to. They keep ignoring. So the guys went to Congress. And that's when Rand Paul helped sponsor and read the bill before Congress. They used Congress as their appeals court, which they had every right to do. Because Congress sits as a, what's the word for it? General court. And because they sat as a general court, they sat as a general appeals court. Now, when they came to their findings that it was a binding agreement between the parties, and that the arbitration was binding on all parties, and that the Attorney General, speaking on behalf of the United States, entered into the agreement, that's all we needed. We don't need the law. We just need Congress saying that everything was on the up and up, which is all that we need. We don't need anybody to tell us, well, we can't find that document. What we need is for anybody who is a party to the conversation to provide proof that that didn't happen. I don't give a if a person cannot find the documents, prove that the situation never happened. I don't want you going and looking into no records you find online. I guess people haven't been watching enough TV shows to see how much they can erase things from the record. If you don't believe me, look at Google. How do you think they erase people? How do you think they take care of their agents past? The CIA, the FBI, their special agents? How do you think they take care of their past, get rid of their fingerprints and all that stuff? Because they erase any record of them. The only problem in this case, the idiots didn't know that these guys sent the paperwork home. That's their fault. And so when they went into the cells to destroy all of their records, and that's what they did, they went into their cells to destroy all of their records. Oops. Sorry, Charlie. Because they didn't destroy anything. And one of them took the time to get one of those records to me. And as I told you from the very beginning, my job was to, after I could confirm the information. How did you confirm it? Well, I confirmed it by the story. I confirmed it by the court record. You see, if you look at the top of it, it was filed into the court record. We went and got a copy of that exact court record where the award was originally filed, and we got a certified copy and had it reviewed by a lawyer, making sure it was a certified copy. Look, placing false and misleading evidence or information on the record is a felony. So when the government printing office said that they were going to do an investigation, I told them, by all means, do an investigation. Bring it. I said, people, because we need to find out where these documents are. And so we need to call witnesses, and we need to have people testify under oath that these documents don't exist. They said they'll get back with me. They're going to look for it, and they're going to get back with me. That was December, everyone. That was in December. They have my number. My number hasn't changed. It won't be changing for at least a month and a half. So let me just say this so that you guys understand it. Lord, have mercy. That's what I just said. Lord, have mercy. What are they thinking? So, ladies and gentlemen, I don't get things started just for the heck of it, because I don't have time to be hecking around. Okay, I do know one thing, and I'm confident in this one thing. None of you are going to be able to substantially accuse me of taking advantage of you, taking money out of your hand, candy out of your mouth. It ain't going to happen. We have people who are telling us, I need a refund because it turns out I have a financial situation. I need that money back. Ladies and gentlemen, as much as we feel for you, I don't think people understand the amount of work that's being done by people. I don't think they understand the efforts that's going into all of this. I don't think they understand that every penny is accounted for, because we've reduced the price so that we could get this thing going for you. I keep telling you guys, it's not that I'm just driving around in a 20-year-old car, but I don't have an income. Okay, the conversation that we had this past day with SATCOM, many of the people with SATCOM have been there for greater than a year, and the commissioners and some of the subcontractors aboard are part of the board. They're part of the partnership, and so we've allocated certain funds to go directly to them from certain paperwork that we do. We got to make sure that you understand this has nothing to do with the monies we receive from you, because it ain't about you. I told you, there are too many things we can do. We don't need you. Okay, but we're also trying to help you. We're not doing this selfishly, and that was the number one rule when they came in, that they could not be selfish. Well, we have allocated for the time being, for the past year, for the individuals who were here and who remained and who did what they were supposed to do, we've allocated over $100,000 that they get to use towards certain things. They're only credits. They're credits. It's a letter of credit, and we didn't create the letter of credit. Guess who created it for us? The wonderful government. For those members. The only process is now they have to handle the process. Now they have to follow the process. And so that's what they're working on. Okay. This is what we're doing for the members of SATCOM, for the work that they've done to help you. Hold on. I didn't get a dime. You don't believe me? I would love to have the SATCOM. Well, we can't because the meetings are proprietary, but I'd even play the videos of me directing that every single cent go back into the organization. Why would I do that? Because the organization is what I care about. That's my concern, is the organization. And it moving forward and it moving on. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for allowing me to talk to you today. As a matter of fact, some of you are not going to understand how special you must be that I took the time, because on this day I don't answer phones. On this day I don't handle conversations. Today has been the first time in over, look at that, 18 years. Sorry, something very special happened 18 years ago, And so this has been the first day in 18 years that I've allowed myself to have conversations or to do anything unspecial. And so you must realize how important you are for me to have this conversation. Hey, Izzy. Hey, guys, the little puppy done come to me. Izzy, what's this you got in your mouth? Come here. Izzy is, she's not a grandma, but she's got some age on her. Ain't that right, Izzy? And so she's been having a difficult time lately. And so she decided to hear me talk, and she came this way. Leave that alone. Come on. Come on. So she decided to come on and visit me. Ladies and gentlemen, now that I got Izzy with me, Izzy and we're gonna go give her a couple of treats, and she and I are gonna go talk. And then I'm gonna go carry out my evening. I do hope and wish all of you well. But please understand, do not think that SACOM or SAA is doing anything other than trying to put everything in place to keep everything going the way it's supposed to go. Because that's what we're trying to do. Alright? We're trying to do this for you guys, not trying to do this for ourselves. So, with that being said, let me turn the computer around so that I can see. Oh, look at that. My battery is low. I'm gonna plug it in a second. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, gotta go. Have a good day.